Every October, my hometown runs this hayride through the old farming trails north of town. It's a small thing, half a dozen wagons pulled by tractors, bales of hay for seats, locals in cheap masks jumping out to scare you. It's all meant to be fun, harmless. Last year, I went with some friends, but this time, I went alone. I figured it would help me clear my head. Work had been killing me, and there's something about the smell of hay and diesel that feels grounding. When I got there, the ticket booth was empty. Just a handwritten sign that said, "Rides every 15 minutes. Wait by the fence." So I waited. A tractor finally came rumbling out of the fog, its headlights weak and yellow. The wagon behind it was half full. Families, couples, a few teens glued to their phones. The driver, a big guy in overalls, wore a rubber pumpkin mask. He waved me on without a word, but I caught a low, muffled chuckle from behind the mask, like he was amused by something I couldn't see. I climbed up, sat near the back, and the wagon jolted forward. At first, it was all normal. Cornfields on both sides, plastic skeletons hanging from poles, fake bats in the trees. The driver kept glancing back, like he was checking if we were scared. But then, the props stopped. The corn stalks bent into shapes that didn't look like plants anymore. Gnarled, twisted, like fingers clawing at the sky. We were supposed to loop around the Miller farm and come back toward the lights of town. But after about 10 minutes, there were no lights, just fog. Thick, silvery fog rolling in from the woods. The road narrowed until branches brushed the sides of the wagon. The driver didn't slow down. I looked around. The other passengers were still staring straight ahead, not moving, not even breathing, it seemed. I told myself it was just the fog playing tricks, but my gut screamed to get out. Their faces looked soft, like smudged wax melting under the moonlight. I reached for my phone to check my GPS, but the screen flickered and went black. The driver's chuckle came again, low, wheezing, mechanical, like he was trying to sound human and couldn't quite manage it. "Where are we going?" I called out. He didn't turn, just kept laughing. The trees leaned closer, their limbs twisting overhead like ribs closing around us. I could smell something sweet and rotten in the air, like fruit left too long in the sun. Then, I heard it. Someone whispered my name. I froze. Nobody here knew me. I hadn't told anyone I was going tonight. The whisper came again, closer behind me. I turned, but the fog was solid now, hiding everything past the back gate of the wagon. I leaned out, trying to see the path we'd come from, but there wasn't one anymore, just fog and shadow. "Hey!" I shouted. "Stop the ride!" The driver's shoulders jerked, like he was laughing silently now. The tractor kept crawling forward, wheels crunching over wet leaves that hadn't been there before. I looked at the man beside me. His head turned, slow and stiff, until his glassy eyes met mine. His smile stretched until his lips cracked, showing teeth that weren't there before. He whispered my name too. I jumped up, heart pounding, and stumbled toward the front, grabbing the side rails to steady myself. The fog seemed to move with me, like it knew where I was going. The driver finally turned his head, pumpkin mask cracking at the edges. Beneath it, something pulsed, wet, gray and grinning. "You wanted the long ride," Emmett said, voice like gravel scraped over bone. The wagon lurched. The engine went silent. We were in total darkness. No road, no moon, nothing but the hiss of fog and the sound of my own breathing. I jumped down, landing hard on cold dirt. The fog swirled around my knees, glowing faintly. The wagon was gone. Everyone was gone. I spun around, calling out, but my voice just died, like the air itself didn't carry sound here. Then ahead of me, a light flickered. It looked like a lantern hanging from a tree branch. I went toward it, hoping it was the way back, but when I reached it, I saw another just ahead, and another. I followed them, and after a while, I realized I'd been walking in circles. Every time I thought I'd found a way out, the same lanterns appeared again, the same patch of dead leaves. And sometimes I could hear the wagon behind me, creaking, slow, like it was following just out of sight. I started running. The lanterns blurred. The whispers grew louder, overlapping, laughing, calling my name like a chant. Then the ground just vanished. When I opened my eyes, I was sitting in the hayride again. Same wagon, same seats. Except this time, the sun was coming up. The driver was gone. The tractor was empty. The other passengers were gone too, but their shapes were still pressed into the hay where they'd been sitting. I climbed off and walked back toward town. It took me 3 hours. My phone said I'd walked over 9 miles. When I got back to the fairground, there was no booth, no tractors, no lights, just an empty field. I asked around later, but everyone told me the hayrides had been canceled years ago. Something about an accident on the trail. 3 people missing. One of them was named Eli. I don't go near those woods anymore, but sometimes when the wind shifts in October, I still hear the creak of that wagon, waiting to take someone else for the long ride. Have you ever been on a ride that felt wrong?